Are gay men just like everyone else?
An easy question to answer, obviously not.
And when I was a little kid, my friends would want to play Army, and I didn't want to shoot. I was the doctor, right?
For me, it was like when I was about 5 years old, and my father said, "Stop walking on your toes." And I was like, I don't know what that's all about.
To the extent that different groups of people are different and have different traits and things to contribute and perspectives and culture, we do have differences, and those differences are gifts.
I kind of see us as the keepers of art and culture.
I have to say the gay men I know in my community are some of the most wonderful, creative, caring guys.
We do treasure beauty, art, and we manifest it in how we live.
Gay men are resilient, just starting from the AIDS crisis, and how we stepped up to the plate and created organizations and created communities.
There are 14 distinct gifts that gay men give to humanity. So the foundation of all of these gifts is masculine feminine intelligence, which is this ability to embody and express both the masculine and feminine energies and principles and traits.
One of the problems with toxic masculinity is not just the society is sort of, telling you should do this, it's okay, but I think it's part of the repression process. It's like a reaction against that feminine side, and it's sort of like this violent reaction that is taken out on others.
So when you deny and suppress the feminine energy, you wind up denying and suppressing half of humanity.
In October of 2010, I went out for the very first time as a drag queen, and I went all out as Lady Gaga from the Telephone music video. And so I had a friend do my wig with Diet Coke cans as rollers in my wig, and it was such a paradoxical experience because I felt more grounded in my manhood than ever before, yet I was in 5-inch patent leather ankle boots. But I've been able to channel that energy into like other facets of my life. So like sometimes even though I might be like in a suit and tie in a meeting, she's right underneath the surface.
And we express this exquisite balance of both masculine and feminine.
And if that can be a model for other men, that's what society needs,
But I think gay people need to be comfortable in all of our gayness.
Society tends to give us such negative feedback about those gifts as if it's a bad thing. I'm gonna start crying. It's tragic. You think of these wonderful creative, you're a kid, you're just wonderful creative, and then you start getting like hammered and beaten down, maybe not even physically, but verbally, or just getting the messages from society. And I just think it's tragic, and I think we need to learn to value those things.
We have nothing to be shameful about. We should be proud and happy about who we are.
When we look at the assets of those differences, when we look at the other side about how the way we are brings benefit to the people around us, we live much more powerfully. So it's important for gay men to understand their gifts so we as a group and individually can honor our differences.
And so then as we share those gifts, we have a deeper and more enriched experience of ourselves and in our bodies. And then with that, we can have much richer and deeper experiences with others.
The best thing you could do for the world is not what you actually do in the world, it's what you do for yourself.
If we don't discover our gifts, chances are we're going to leave something on the table.
If you can explore yourself and become a better human being, that's the best thing you can do for the world, because then you are doing something you can really do something about.
So it's an invitation to ask you, which of these do you express? And what power and impact does that have on the people around you?
And as gay people, we're oftentimes told, you can't do this or you can't do that. Like I was saying, don't walk on your toes. And we hear all these don'ts and don'ts and don'ts, and it takes us years to kind of clear that off from our brains and try to figure out, well, what can we do? Because we have to give ourselves freedom to kind of express ourselves. And once we discover all those gifts, who knows what you can accomplish?
Yeah, move fucking mountains.
Yeah.
And we need to, so.
There's some mountains to move out there.